let's be realistic here. People will always threaten you. Either they threaten you by going out, your landlord will threaten you. Your Uber driver will come late. I can give you 10,000 reasons why you don't have to leave your house. If that's what people do, then nobody will leave their house. We keep that there was traffic or it was raining. And people just find an excuse not to do the thing they're supposed to do. Like I said, 7 million voters registered in Lagos. How many people is one man going to stop from voting? Even if you have backup, let's say he has 100,000 people backing him up. How can 100,000 people stop 7 million people from voting? It's what I want to know. So if you don't want to go out to vote, fine, fantastic. Stay at home, make fries, make eggs, buy bread, eat breakfast, watch TV. But don't use the excuse that somebody threatens somebody not to go out there and vote.
All right, now talk to us about the functionalities of the BVAS and of course the IRA, because if you remember at the last election, you know, it was alleged that some of these INEC staff were complaining that they do not understand the technicalities of this device, which of course affected the exercise to some extent. So talk to us about that.
What is it that they do not understand? Were they not trained on the use of BVAS? They were trained. They were trained for 3 weeks and they had a dummy run in some states. So I don't think, unless they change the personnel very late in the day, I don't think that's an excuse for you to reflect your incompetence when it comes to things you're supposed to do. They were trained. They were shown the way BVAS worked.
But you think
if
that
the
doesn't
machine
matter?
did not work, it's a different thing entirely. But that they don't know how to operate it and they were given to them, to me, is a non-issue. Because you are trained, you are being paid to know how to operate the machine, to use it for the process of the election. So that cannot be an excuse for you to not to perform your duty that you are being paid for. The problem with Nigerians is that we just lack excuses of things that are common to everybody else. It's like somebody saying that you don't have to operate a phone, that already means the phone is bad. That's not true. You must go to those who know, and then, but they were trained. I know they were trained. And so nobody can give another excuse why it didn't work.
So you feel those excuses weren't valid enough?
They are not valid at all, not enough, at all. Because you are trained and you have supervisors and your supervisors have supervisors. So the moment you could not operate it, you call your supervisor, who now call the tech person or whatever they need to do. That's why in some areas it was delayed. But everybody who lined up voted.
But when it comes to understanding issues, especially assimilation of information, don't you think it varies from persons to persons? The way you might be fast to assimilate information about a particular device might be different from the next person. And of course, that could have caused the issue, don't you think so?
They were not given the device that very morning. They were not seeing it for the first time. They've had the device before, they've worked with it before, they've done dummy runs with the device before, everybody. So there's not an excuse. If the machine malfunctions, that's a different thing entirely.
Of course, there were issues where that's
another matter entirely. Okay. But that you could not operate a machine you are familiar with, that you are being paid, it's like, that's why the configuration took a week. Not only for the ones they will use, but the ones that will serve as replacements. So they've factored in that. It doesn't mean that the level of malfunction may overwhelm them. That's to be expected. But if it is done within the confines of maybe a certain percentage, backup is already available. I think we worry too much about things that are not really important.
You say we worry too much?
Yeah, we worry too much because automatically these are Nigerians, these are human beings who will do the job and they will do the needful. Let's give hope that they will do the right thing.
But while we're selling hope, don't you think we have to be realistic so that we don't build our castles in the air?
Well, okay, you want to be realistic. Okay, let me show you one level of reality. Like I said, 176,500 and something PUs. In the last 3 weeks, we've been waiting to see massive problems. And so far, we've had less than 1,000. And you can verify. A lot of people going to court and say they are going to court, but what they are bringing to the fore are less than 1,000. And you and I know that to change significantly the result of an election, or to say this election is bad, the problem will be so massive. 177. That means half of that will be what? That will be 35 plus 50. You have to do 85,000 something bad. PUs that must be bad for you to say it's going to affect it. But all the noise you've had are from a particular part of the country, and you are looking at things that people are not even complaining about. So that's reality. So because the minority is very vocal about the areas and they have challenges that they cannot verify, doesn't mean the entire election is bad. It doesn't mean this election, which is smaller, by the way, because it's localized, will be bad. That's why I say when we are selling hope, it doesn't mean you don't know the reality. But the reality is that I dare anybody to show me 10,000 problems that we had 3 weeks ago that is big enough. Because remember, 10,000 is not even up to 10% of the number of polling booths we have. To do that, you need to give me 17,600 PUs that have issues to qualify for 10%. So when people keep talking, I keep asking for proof, and they keep going back to the same areas that we know that these areas consume less than 1% or maybe 2% of the entire country. Simply because something went back in your areas of coverage doesn't mean it went back all over, doesn't mean it went bad all over the country. There are 19 states in the north. How many noise have you heard them make? There are states in the southwest, outside Lagos. How many noise have you seen anybody make? There are states in the south-south. How many noise have they made? Because the reality we have is what I just told you. A big country, almost 1 million kilometers, when you put it in square form. And the challenges you have are minuscule. But the level of noise that a very tiny number of people on social media makes, you think that Nigeria is burning. Nigeria is not burning. Outside Lagos, the entire southwest is cool. Tell me one problem you've heard in the southwest in the last 3 weeks. And you are talking about Ogun, Oyo, Osun, Ondo, Ekiti. And they are calm. The entire north is calm.
The entire north is calm?
Give me an example where it's not calm in the entire north. Give me 2 examples, I dare you.
But we just got information lately that kidnapping has resumed.
We are talking about the elections. You are talking about kidnapping.
But you said it's calm.
I said after the election, it is calm. It's not, the kidnapping is not a function of the election, like it is on social media.
All right.
In Lagos
I think I will have to put you on a pause mode for a while. Let's watch a video clip right about now by one of our senior correspondent, Paul Iboje, who was on the street covering some very important issues, and of course he has some news to share with us. Let's watch this.
This is Unit 18, Isheri Ikosi, LCDA, here in Lagos State. By my time, it's just to 9 a.m. and you can see behind me voters already here on the ground wanting to cast their votes. But the reaction here is in the negative. They are saying that in the last election, which of course is the Presidential National Assembly elections, materials and men of the Independent National Electoral Commission got here about past 10 a.m. They are saying that they didn't expect this to repeat itself after all the promises made by the Independent National Electoral Commission that they are improving on the process and they are getting it right for the governorship and state house of assembly elections.
Good morning. This was 7 polling units 018 in Olowora, Ikos, Isheri. So we are here for gubernatorial election, and till now we are still waiting for them. This to 9. We've not seen anybody here, so we don't even know what is happening. But we pray that what happened during the presidential election will not happen again today.
We are here for gubernatorial election, and I'm one of the agents. That is electoral agent, party agent. That is Olowora, Ikosi. And the observation here, I came here around 8, and nothing has been done based on INEC expectation that presidential election will not, as in that this governorship election will be, as in everything, all the material, everything will be set. But when I came, nothing has been done. It's only the party agent that have been here.
I don't know what is stopping them to come by this time. we are here by, we are reached here by after 7. But we did.
What they say, just like that. But now look at the time now. So now they are not around. So when they came late now, they now argue with people that